Welcome back to Language Explorers, the podcast dedicated to unlocking tricky English topics. Today, we are diving into the colorful world of art, specifically how to talk about painting in English. With me today is art education expert Bob. Welcome, Bob.
Thank you for having me, Alice. It's a pleasure to talk about something so visual using words.
That's a great point. Art appreciation is often thought of as something only experts can do, but we want to show our listeners how simple it can be to share what they see and feel when looking at a painting. Where should we start?
Let's start with the absolute basics, describing what you see. We need 3 core vocabulary groups: subject matter, technique, and feeling.
Okay. Subject matter sounds like what the painting is of.
Exactly. Think of it like answering the question, what is this a picture of? If you see trees, mountains, and water, you can say the subject matter is a landscape. If it's a person, it's a portrait. If it's food, it's a still life.
So if I see a beautiful picture of a bowl of fruit on a table, I would say, this painting is a still life depicting apples and grapes.
Perfect. You can also use simpler phrases. For example, it's a painting of a woman wearing a blue hat. Or the main focus is the busy street scene. Keep it simple at first.
That covers what it is. Next up is technique. This sounds a bit more technical.
It can be, but we'll keep it simple. Technique is how the artist made the painting. The most common thing people discuss is the medium.
Medium? Like oil, water, or something else?
Precisely. The 2 most common are oil paint and watercolor. Oil paint tends to be thick and rich, while watercolor is transparent and flows easily. You can say, this is an oil painting, or she used watercolor.
That makes sense. What about how they applied the paint?
That's where we talk about the brushwork. Are the strokes big and messy or small and neat? If they are thick and you can almost see the texture, the brushwork is impasto.
Impasto. That sounds impressive.
It is. If you see thick paint standing up off the canvas, just remember that word. If the paint is very smooth and you can barely see the individual strokes, the finish is very smooth or blended.
So I could say, I love the thick textured brushwork in this piece, or the artist used very smooth blending to create soft shadows.
You've got it. Landscape, portrait, still life for subject. Oil, watercolor for medium. Impasto, smooth for brushwork. That covers the technical description well.
Fantastic. Now for the third part, feeling. This is where personal opinion comes in, right?
Yes, this is where you connect emotionally. Don't be afraid to use simple adjectives. Instead of just saying, I like it, try to describe why you like it or what it makes you think of.
Can you give us some example adjectives related to feeling?
Certainly. Paintings can evoke a mood. Is the mood somber, meaning serious or a bit sad? Or is it vibrant, full of bright energy? Is the scene peaceful or perhaps chaotic?
Chaotic? Like things are out of control?
Yes, a very busy, maybe slightly stressful scene. If you find the painting beautiful, you can use words like stunning or breathtaking. If it's interesting but maybe not immediately pleasing, you can call it thought-provoking.
I often look at abstract art and I struggle to describe what I see. How do I talk about colors if I don't know the fancy names for shades?
Stick to strong, simple color descriptions and talk about how they interact. You can say the artist uses a warm palette, meaning lots of reds, oranges, and yellows. Or it's a very cool painting using blues and greens.
What if the colors clash a bit?
Then you can mention contrast. You could say the bright yellow flowers really pop because of the deep blue background. The contrast is very strong. To pop is a great informal way to say something stands out strongly.
That's a really useful tip. So to summarize the feeling section, we use adjectives like somber, vibrant, peaceful, or chaotic. And we can talk about the overall color palette, warm or cool, and the contrast.
Exactly. Now let's put it all together in a short, natural conversation structure. Imagine you and I are standing in front of a painting. I might start by asking you your first impression.
Okay, I'm ready.
Alice, what's your initial reaction to this piece?
Well, my first impression is that it's very striking. The first thing I notice is the vibrant use of red. It's a landscape, but it feels very dramatic.
I agree about the drama. What do you think about the way the artist painted the sky? Look closely at the texture.
Ah, yes. The brushwork is definitely not smooth. It looks like they used a lot of thick paint, very impasto, especially in the clouds. I think this oil painting technique really adds to the feeling of movement.
That was surprisingly easy. I described the subject, the medium, the technique, and my feeling, all using simple vocabulary. You did perfectly. Let's look at one more crucial element, composition. This is just how the artist arranged everything in the frame.
Composition, like where things are placed?
Yes, you can use simple directional words. The main figure is placed slightly off-center, which makes the painting feel more dynamic. Or there is a lot of negative space, which is the empty area around the main subject.
So if everything is crowded in the middle, I could say the composition is very crowded?
Yes, or even better, the composition feels quite tight. If there's a lot of empty, plain sky or wall, you point out that negative space. It shows you are looking critically, not just casually.
This has been so illuminating, Bob. To wrap up for our listeners, what is the one most important piece of advice you can give someone nervous about talking about art?
Don't try to sound like an expert. Be honest about what you see and how it makes you feel. Use simple language first. I see a portrait. The colors are bright. It feels calm. Once you're comfortable with that, start swapping in one new word, like vibrant instead of bright, or landscape instead of picture of trees. Practice makes perfect, even in art talk.
Wonderful advice. Bob, thank you so much for helping us unlock the language of art appreciation today.
My pleasure, Alice. Keep exploring.
And to all our listeners, go find a painting today. Look closely and try using your new vocabulary. Join us next time on Language Explorers. Goodbye for now.